And a particular welcome to all of our guests from the Portsmouth of the world.
And Dick Wimpers, who I'm talking with here, he's kind of responsible for this grand facility that we're in. So thank you guys for making it available for us.
Thank you.
It's just kind of a great circumstance that we can have a good event in such a lovely place.
The pride in citizenship.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll grow some participation in the local government and the activities.
So.
You know.
We hope
I mean,
so.
there's so many things that come from this, and it's all positive.
Yeah.
I think this is great. Number one, it's a great location. I mean, Portsmouth is so lucky to have the Glen Manor House for their own use.
Well, and I think I like the way you look at it when you look forward. You know, it's a great time. You look back at the town. We talk about history. We talk about, but it's a great time to focus people on the future and say, hey, from 375 to 400, where do we envision when our kids, great grands, what do we want them to see in Portsmouth when we're having the 400th?
Businesses, and in our region, that's good because some of the larger cities have big businesses.
Before we kind of get inside the fort, I do like to give just have a brief, in fact, introduction as to why this was primarily facilities that was over a mile away. So from here, we pretty much clear out the whole time.
No, I wasn't with you last night. Who are you with?
Newport, when it was established. Tony was up there, and I'm just. But it was pretty much huge. Naval War College, the first thing you see is a great ship, and a lot of people say, what? There's quite a few Americans who we know as black, which is about 12 miles south. But when the British arrived, they assumed that he was talking about
And then we went back and rested for
It's so wonderful to see so many people here. It's great. Sebastian and I had a conversation about sort of logistics, and so they have played here.
Probably move back on. I got a debate.
Okay, here comes Miss Rhode Island.
One more.
Okay, here comes Miss Rhode Island. Macau. Jessica, you look great. Jessica, you look great.
I got it, Rocky. Thanks. Thanks for the reminder, though, if I hadn't gotten it.
No, you're welcome, Doc. You're welcome.
Gentlemen, the best representatives in the state of Rhode Island. Attorney General Peter Martin, Attorney General Senator Santiago, Peter Martin, Representative Company of Newport, Rhode Island.
I'm with George Mendonça, the famous kissing sailor. Here's a friend coming over to say hello.
How we doing? Very good. Yeah, we're still at it. Now we're the Kennedy instead of the Saratoga.
It's funny how things change, huh?
She was too old for World War II even. Yeah. All right. She trained the pilots in the West Coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast Navy Regional Show Band.
So, George, what did you think of our parade today?
Very good. I was surprised people waving at me like I was some kind of a nut for kissing a girl in Times Square.
Listen, that's something we all wish we could have done, you know? And you're very famous around here, so thank you very much for coming down and joining us.
Well, yeah, I'm proud of the picture. It all happened in Times Square when the war ended, so.
Well, that must have been a good time for everybody back then when the war ended. That was the last big war that we all sort of supported. And
during World War II, there was like 15 million men in the services. So, just about every family at home was involved in the war. So when it ended that day in Times Square, it was the civilian population that were all excited.
Okay, we got the Navy band going by now.
Greatest ever to see so many people out here in the town I've grown up and I so love. What a thrill to be our Grand Marshal. Thank you very much.
No, hey, listen, you're the man. You're Mr. Portsmouth today. I was delighted to see so many people out looking at the parade. I didn't think we had that many people in Portsmouth.
I was a bit amazed, the crowds that were out there, and then it's probably the first time ever in my life, and probably ever again, as I rode by, so many people chanting Louis.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you're a rock star here, man. And I love this sash here. Yes. You can get that Grand Marshal. Okay, that's good. That's a keepsake. Thanks very much, Louis. Okay, now I'm with Jim 70, the president of the Town Council of Portsmouth. Jim, we just went through this thing. What did you think of the crowds?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, everybody's out. It's the best birthday party I've ever been a part of.
I didn't realize we had that many people in Portsmouth. when I saw the folks along the road.
I didn't either, but they're all out there. It's very gratifying to see everybody come out and support.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, thank you, Jim. And my personal favorite is the Lady Mayoress, Ann Talbot, from Portsmouth, England. And what did you think of our parades? You know, we're a small town, but what did you think?
Time I've ever had in the back of a BMW. It was superb, and I loved waving to everybody, trying the royal wave, but I'm not quite sure it worked. But it was brilliant, beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you.
Well, that's great because between you guys and Louis, you're kind of the rock stars of our parade. So, and I appreciate you being very gracious and getting through this long weekend of stuff we put you through. But thank you so much for coming over. It means a lot to us here.
I would like to say thank you to everyone for their hospitality and warmth. We have had a wonderful time here. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. Then I've got to do this guy because he's taping us while we're taping him.
Taping you while you taping me.
Yeah, this is Mayor Kenny Wright from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Absolutely.
And Kenny, what did you think of our little parade?
I loved it. I loved it. Parades are huge back in Portsmouth, Virginia, and to see the community spirit and all of the citizens come out and just wave and thank me for coming, it just made me feel real good. You guys really know how to throw a parade here.
Hey, thanks very much. But I have to tell you, we've never done one before, and I don't think I'm going to be around for the 400th.
For the 400, well, I want to thank your committee. That 375 committee has done an outstanding job, and we really appreciate the hospitality.
Well, thanks very much. But I want to know, where do I get one of those hats?
Where do you get one? Well, I'm going to send you one.
Okay, because I'll wear it.
You can count on it.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank
okay,
you.
thank you. I've got Lee Mason, who's a city councilor from Portsmouth, England, who came over. Lee, what do you think of our parade today?
It's really fantastic. It's good to see everyone out on the streets supporting it so well. It really seems to be a community event. It's great being here. So
yeah, it's funny because we're a relatively small town, certainly compared to Portsmouth, England, and I was quite surprised and gratified to see as many people out in the streets that there were. A lot of enthusiasm, I think.
Yep, they all seem to be really happy out there. They're enjoying the sun. It's been a great day. You've got the perfect weather for it. It's a great event here in Portsmouth.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm here with George Wardwell, who's the chairman of the parade committee. George, I have to tell you, it's a fantastic job you and your group have done here. We can't thank you enough. How do you think it's going?
I thank you, Doug, for that kind words. I really have had so many sensational remarks about the parade. Everybody's energized. The weather is great, and I tell you, it's been a privilege and an honor to try to help out in this town of Portsmouth.
Well, thank you. George is actually a Middletown resident, but he crossed the border to come down here and help us, and he's been living here almost every day now, trying to get this squared away. And you and your group of volunteers, Sue Santos, John Mangold, and a lot of others, deserve an awful lot of credit for pulling this thing together. It's absolutely dynamite. So thank you.
You're welcome. And speaking of the volunteers, we have had a group of volunteers that are second to none. They really have pulled together. They've had many meetings on their own time at no pay. And
just to inform, the Army Band is departing the high school grounds, as is the JFK floats.
being a 30-year sailor, I think I would take this group of volunteers with me anytime, anywhere.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Now I'm here with the Lord Mayor of Portsmouth, England, Lynn Stagg. Lynn, what do you think of our parade today?
Absolutely fantastic and just wonderful, really wonderful.
It's really, I think it gives you a flavor of our small town and the community we've got. And yeah, I was quite gratified to see as many people out there. As I say, but you guys were the rock stars. Everybody wanted to wave to you.
Well, we had such a wonderful welcome, and we've had a tremendous welcome since we arrived, but people were shouting to us, welcome, thank you for coming. I just want to say it was a pleasure, and yeah, never regretted a minute of it.
So are you having a good time so far?
Brilliant.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm with the vice chair, the chairman of vice of the 375th committee.
And repeat.
And Roberta, where's your t-shirt?
Yeah, where's your t-shirt?
Anyway, we got the garden club going by here.
They've just gone by in fine style.
And all this for, hey Vance.
Hi guys, and more of the garden club.
Hi Shirley.
Hi.
All the folks from the garden club who didn't want to walk, so they got great looking rides.
Hi guys.
Anyway, let me just do a quick interview with Gary. What do you think of this thing so far?
I think it's splendid. I think it is just terrific. I'm sorry, kind of unbelievable we could pull it off. Great crowd.
Yeah.
A lot of folks here, people on both sides of the street, and it seems to be moving on time.
Well, I attribute all of this literally to to George Wardwell,
Absolutely.
John Mangold, Sue Santos, and the the group of fantastic volunteers.
And don't forget, we got the police department and the fire department been a huge help also. Right?
Absolutely.
It's just great, yeah.
And the town itself, DPW, all the way.
Absolutely.
Everybody else.
And a very energetic and enthusiastic group of mayors from the other 3 cities
Yes.
that have just really done a hell of a job here.
Yeah,
a heck
yeah.
of a job here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm hoping they've enjoyed. I think they've enjoyed their short time here. We've been running them ragged, but I think they've enjoyed it too.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm with Molly McGee, who's one of our town council members, and was marching right behind us and tried to keep us moving. So we kept the pace. How you doing, Molly?
I'm doing great, and just kudos to the Portsmouth Steering Committee and all the folks that came out for the parade. This is fantastic.
We got a fantastic group of volunteers, and they just pulled all this stuff together. But I really appreciate all the support we've had from the town council, the town itself, the police, the fire. Everybody pulled together. This is truly a community work.
It is, and I hear they want you to organize a parade next year, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they could afford me, though, if they hear what my price would be. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm with Dave Crossan, the chairman of the school committee.
Why after 2 miles? You seem a little sweaty.
No. It's just the something in the air, I think it is. But yeah. So what did you think of this thing?
It's wonderful. I mean, everyone's having a great time. It's been an incredible weekend all the way through. So kudos to everyone on the committee.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all your support too. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, this is fabulous. I mean, we'll all look back on this and say there were 15,000 people lining the streets
I
in
think,
25
yeah,
years.
absolutely. and I think this shows we've got a real community here.
Absolutely.
Which I think is great.
And we have to hang on to it.
You got it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
good
Dave.
job.
The way it used to be done. The Newport Daily News. The big thanks to JAM. There, look good there. Nice take. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 99.
We were looking for you before.
Our Portsmouth Garden Club. They make Portsmouth beautiful. Big smile. Here's our Portsmouth Historical Society. You're ready to get rocked. High School Marching Band. Thank you.
You can smell a crowd from a mile away.
Right. Get the camera, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Games. Is that right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bristol Ferry Town Common. It's this space you see here, kind of outlined over there. If you get a chance, walk over and take a look at the little map we have. It shows you how big or actually how small the common has gotten over the years. But I'm delighted you can come down here for this particular auspicious occasion of our 375th anniversary. And I'd like to introduce Abby Brown, who, number one, she lives right down the street, but she's also been instrumental in trying to maintain the town common as a public space. And she's going to talk to you a little bit. It's got a great history, I think. And she doesn't dress like this every day. I don't think.
She lied.
But Abby will tell you a little bit about the history of the common. So Abby, over to you.
Again, thank you all for coming. We've been trying to get a lot more people interested in the town common, and it's been very, very long and hard, but it's wonderful to see you all here, and I thank you again. All right. The Bristol Ferry was once the most popular for two means over land travelers to depart Aquidneck Island for Providence or Boston, the other being a ferry to Tiverton. By the 1700s, the Bristol ferries were flourishing, with two families providing ferries, as well as hotels and a tavern services on the premises. The hotel and the tavern were right there.
Down the whole lot. Fire the nasty thing. Recognize that from help?
There's only, what, the two from England and one from...
Not yet. Scott.
Yeah. I usually like the honorable mentions. It's still shooting home, parent rifle.
Say fire, touch it.
Okay? I haven't made ready yet.
No, but I will. Make ready, Mum. Give fire! Just like that. You heard it.
So a very big warm welcome.
Become a seasoned pass member.
Oh, the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
or two. Cruising down the street, riding in the back of my pickup.